Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your 16th to the 30th of September reading. Just shuffling out the energies of the last reading I did. So for your reading, for your Gypsy Tarot, I'll always use the, well, practically. Sometimes I might use something different, but for this month I'm using the Witch's Tarot, which I love. I just want to see, I can't quite remember what the last reading was about for you guys for the Gypsy Tarot. I do so many of them, so remembering all of them is fairly difficult. But we're going to see if there's any changes or continuation maybe. You guys will remember, hopefully, the last reading for the first 2 weeks in September. And what you'll do, you'll be able to sort of link up any changes or anything that's a continuation coming in. I'm also using the Romance Angels for your advice card, okay, at the end of the reading. How we're doing this reading, Virgo, is slightly different, this Gypsy Tarot. Usually would have 7 columns showing spiritual, mental, emotional, present situation, what was the other one? Present situation, the hopes, desires, expectations, hidden factors, immediate future and overall outcome. But this time we're doing it differently. You can do the Gypsy Tarot all sorts of ways, and this is a way that I really like doing it as well. And it's the first time I'm sort of introducing it on the channel. It's going to be on my website anyway as well when I manage to put this particular one up. So what we've got is down the centre of the board, we've got 3 cards, and that'll show the general energies around you in the first 2 weeks, in the last 2 weeks of September. To the right, you've got 3 cards, and they will be the distant past. To the left, first column, so first row, sorry, you've got the recent past. Then you've got the 3 cards to the right in the centre of the reading, which show the present, 3 cards to the left, present. And then the last 3 cards, bottom row, is the immediate future, the last 2 weeks of the situation. And then you've got the to the left, the overall outcome, so what the overall outcome of the situation is. So without further ado, let's get on with your reading. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice? What is the situation you can see for, well, that one just flipped out and we've got the 6 of Cups, so take a note of that. I always put the cards back in if they come up again. I know it's got some really important meaning to it. So Universe, Spirit, show me, what is the advice? What is it that you see coming in for Virgo? Show me Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. I just want to see their love lives in the last 2 weeks of September. Show me Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs and their love lives in the last 2 weeks of September, 16th to the 30th of September. Just show me Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs in the final 2 weeks, 16th to 30th of September, and their love lives, show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3, like so, and we're going to collect this back up, like so, and we're going to start laying down the cards. So we've got, to your right, you have the distant past of your love life showing up here, and you've got this area here as well, which is the focus card, so the focus around you for the first 2 weeks. To the left, we've got the recent past for you guys. The central cards show the present situation around you guys in love. You've got the present situation here as well, continuation. And to the right of the last row, you've got the immediate future for the last 2 weeks. And you've also got the central focus card here, which I read sort of all in one. And then you've got to the left what the overall outcome will be from the situation. Okay. Sometimes I draw additional clarifiers from the universal weight. Okay, so let's have a look for you guys. And I always read these cards last because they make more sense when I've gone through the reading. So in the distant past, Virgo, the Queen of Cups, it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person around you. It could also represent, if it's not, somebody who's deeply emotional. So some of you guys might have been feeling deeply emotional. If it's not as a water sign individual, for me this can represent either a connection, emotional connection, but usually she's a woman, the Queen of Cups, who feels very sad, and she's emotionally doing a lot of introspection. She's like the Hermit in a way. She's like one of those types of cards that represents emotional introspection. So you might have been feeling deeply emotional around a situation here. Yeah, I think that intuitively, your emotional intuition in the past told you that you needed to release or walk away from a situation with that Eight of Cups energy. But I think that walking away might have been difficult with the Eight of Swords, okay? I think that in the distant past, some form of emotional intuition, emotional introspection told you that you needed to walk away with the Eight of Cups. But I think with this Eight of Swords, because this represents to release, but this represents cannot do that with the Eight of Swords. It might be that you wanted to walk away. Emotionally, you knew, you were intuitively led to walk away from a situation. I think that emotionally you were trying to release a situation, but I feel with the Eight of Swords it's been very, very difficult for some of you Virgo individuals with this Eight of Swords energy, okay? For some of you guys, it might be a water sign walked away from you and it made things very, very difficult with this Eight of Swords energy. In the recent past, I feel that you have with this Page of Pentacles, it might be that there's been a new attraction. Virgo, this could also be you, because this is the card about looking responsibly at someone or looking responsibly at a situation. It might be in terms of messages. Messages with the Page of Pentacles represent something that's very, very slow to come in. Let's have a look at what's going on. Wow, we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So I feel that something that you were looking to invest in the recent past is over with that Ten of Swords. And I feel that this is you looking at the situation. I think that if you're looking at this from an emotional point of view as the Page of Pentacles, Virgo, it might be that what you said is this is over, this is finished, this is done with the Ten of Swords. It might be that with this Page of Pentacles that if you were looking to invest in a relationship here, you were looking at the potential of it, you were still wanting to, you know, commit to something here with this Page of Pentacles energy, but this might have led to ruin as well with the Ten of Swords. Could also be something around communication. Pages are communication, but it might be that lack of communication with that Page of Pentacles led to a sort of ending here. Some of you, if this is you guys emotionally, you were deeply invested emotionally, but emotionally, intuitively, it might be that your emotions were trying to detach yourself emotionally from a situation that you found very difficult with the Eight of Swords. But in the recent past, I feel that for some of you guys, it might be that your hand was forced. Because the Page of Pentacles, especially if you were waiting for communication, but the lack of communication is the Page of Pentacles, it means that somebody's been very, very, very slow to communicate. Might mean that this has led to ruin here with this Ten of Swords energy. But you've got the Nine of Wands showing here as well. And the Nine of Wands is the need to protect and the need to defend one's territory, okay? Let me just think about those energies for a moment here. Because you could easily be the Page of Pentacles here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and we're reading you as a Virgo, so you're obviously Virgo. So this could be you, potential investing in a relationship might not be the best thing in the recent past for you guys here as you defend your territory with this Nine of Wands energy. So I'm probably going to look at this you guys looking to invest in a relationship here, but I feel that this investment could be in the recent past, that the investment that you've put into a relationship here led to ruin with the Ten of Swords as you now try and pick yourself up and defend your territory here. Because I feel that in the distant past that emotionally you were trying to disconnect, but I think with this Eight of Swords it might have been a very difficult thing to do for some of you guys. And in the recent past, it's almost like with this Page of Pentacles, it's saying that this investment that you've put in led to nothing with this Ten of Swords, led to ruin, and now there's the need to try and defend and protect your territory, to do kind of block people out. I don't know whether you're blocking people out, Virgo, but certainly I feel because we've got the Nine of Wands, this is somebody who's very, it's not even that the Nine of Wands person is very confident, it's somebody who's trying to be confident, but also somebody with this Nine of Wands energy that feels the need to kind of hang on in there. Let's have a look at what's happened around the present situation. Wow, you've got this Queen of Pentacles here, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and this is you guys doing a lot of sort of self-evaluation. This is you guys. When you get the Queen of Pentacles, it's the card that suggests, Virgo, that what you need to do is you need to kind of build your own value up. So this is all about self-love, and I feel that some of you guys have been giving yourself self-love in the present situation here. But you've got a King of Swords sitting next door to you. So it might be that, and I get the impression with these two cards, that in the present there's been the need to develop your own self-love. It looks to me because of a King of Swords. And this is somebody, and I feel that if in the distant past, what you've had is the need as the Queen of Cups, that intuitively Spirit is saying that you need to emotionally disconnect from a situation with this Eight of Swords that might not have been healthy. It might have led some of you guys to feel trapped, and in the present situation as a result of that, it might be that you guys have been trying to look more inward with this Queen of Pentacles, looking at your own self-value because of a King of Swords. And this is somebody who I feel around you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it could be, or somebody who is emotionally disconnected from you guys in the present situation showing here, in which with the Five of Pentacles, it might be that you guys, because your Pentacles, are feeling very isolated around this individual. All right. I also feel that this person, if they are emotionally disconnected, it's led to the Five of Pentacles. It could be isolation within the relationship. They might have isolated their feelings off, but I feel that there has been the need for some of you guys to look at what your own value is, because there's a person sitting around you, Virgo, a King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or somebody who's very kind of emotionally disconnected. And I feel that this emotional disconnection with this individual has led to a very impoverished state concerning a relationship some of you guys might be involved in or around. And as a result of that, I feel that the Ten of Pentacles, which represents building off a relationship, a stable relationship within a secure relationship within the Ten of Pentacles energy, but there's a commitment within this relationship. You've got Ten of Pentacles and Hierophant, so this could be a marriage in the present situation here. Well, that's interesting, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles showing up here. But I don't think that you guys have, for some of you, I don't see you disconnecting, because you've got here in the present, and this is stable because you've got Ten of Pentacles here and you've got the High Priest, the Hierophant in the right away. So this is a marriage or a union or a stable, committed relationship here. All right, you've got this Knight of Pentacles. There are responsibilities around this, but there is also, and this is you, Virgo. So your Knight of Pentacles showing up. I think that you're still very committed to this with this Knight of Pentacles, because Knight of Pentacles means to be committed to a cause. So I feel within a marriage, a union, a long-term relationship, or a committed relationship here, I feel that you're very committed to this, all right? I think that you're very loyal, because you're showing as the Knight of Pentacles is a Virgo card. So you're actually showing, I feel, as very loyal and committed to this relationship here, even though, and I think that you're doing that. I think that in the present it's showing that you Virgos are doing this, because here I think that you're really concerned with your own, I think that what's happening here is you guys as this Queen of Pentacles, you know, what you're doing is you're building up your own value here, possibly with a very sort of emotionally distant individual who, in which there has been some form of isolation or desolation in this relationship. But I feel as a result of that, this union, this marriage or this relationship here, I feel that you're still very committed to, despite there being some isolation in this situation going on here. I think that in the distant past, you guys, I don't think this is a person. I think that this is more an energy, and I feel that emotionally wise, you know that you need to disconnect emotionally from a situation that's kept you quite frustrated and confused with the Eight of Swords energy. All right, you've invested here with this Page of Pentacles, okay? But there could even be children, maybe, because Page of Pentacles can be a children here, all right? And it might be that there is a child who's depressed, which keeps you holding on. So for some of you guys, it might be that there's a child involved. It might be the child with the Ten of Swords is quite depressed here. And it might be that's why you keep on with this here, because some of you guys, it might be with this Queen of Pentacles here, what you're looking at is the home and keeping a stable, secure home with an emotionally distant individual in which there is no love with this Five of Pentacles. There is no emotional stability, I feel, with this Five of Pentacles. But I feel that within this union here, for some of you guys, you are determined to, with this Knight of Pentacles, be loyal to it. Could be because in the recent past there's been a child who's been quite depressed here, and there is the need to protect that child, even at the sacrifice of having to put up with whatever these energies are here. In the immediate future, we've got the Eight of Wands, and this speaks about passion, new ideas, excitement. But you've got the Five of Wands showing here, so there's worries going on here. So it could be in terms of, when you get the Eight of Wands, it is all about new passion. But you've got the Five of Wands, arguments or distress or conflicts in this. Might also be sexual conflicts, maybe, because the Ace of Wands is sexual and the Five of Wands is often arguments or worries, okay, going on here with the Star, okay. I think that this person, for some of you guys, they might be involved with somebody else because you've got conflicts, arguments over a star. So it could be that there are arguments over another individual, but the interesting thing is that you've got this King of Swords, which is an Aquarius, and the star is an Aquarius. And it might be that there are arguments over somebody putting themselves first, because the star is somebody in the limelight and somebody who's recognised. So for some of you guys, it might be that in the immediate future there are arguments over somebody. If this is the same as an Aquarius person, it might be that there are arguments about somebody putting themselves first. Alright, the Ace of Wands can mean the start of an argument as well, because what you've got, the Ace of Wands represent rage as well, and they represent anger. So it could be maybe there's the start of an argument or start of a dispute in which somebody's putting themselves first in the immediate future. And it might be this King of Swords if this King of Swords is emotionally disconnected. Okay, so emotionally disconnection or emotionally disconnected individual with this Five of Pentacles is kind of making you feel out in the cold, because this is Pentacles, so this could be you, Virgo. All right, I feel that you have felt the need in the present to look at what your own values are in terms of this relationship, because this King of Swords here, whoever this individual is emotionally disconnected, and it might be that they're making you feel isolated and out in the cold. But this marriage or union or relationship, I think that you showing as the Virgo individual here, Virgo, you're very determined to hold on to this. You're very still loyal and committed. It could be because of a child is depressed and there is the need to hold on to this relationship and protect the child, for example. It also might mean that if this isn't a child, it might be there's something to do with your investment with that Page of Pentacles, okay, has brought nothing with this Ten of Swords. Okay, but there is still the need to hold on to whatever it is that you can hold on to protect it. Let's have a look at the overall outcome. Well, you've got King of Pentacles showing here. Could still be you, Virgo. A lot of Pentacles energy. Can also show improvements. Well, no, we've got the shadow side. There is the need with the shadow side to release oneself from an unhealthy habit or an unhealthy situation. It might be, and I don't read this as somebody else, I think this is your energy, Virgo, okay? When you become a king, you become somebody who is mature, okay? So I feel that here there are improvements, or you guys are looking far more maturely at the situation here, in which you know that you need to release this negative energy with the shadow side energy, okay? By setting a few boundaries with the Emperor, or making some very, very big decisions where the Emperor is concerned, because the Emperor represents taking a stand. It represents standing in your honesty and standing in your truth. Okay, however that pans out for you guys, it pans out. We're going to get this reading again, and then we're going to go through what the general energies are. Well, actually, we'll do the general energies around you. So there are changes, the Wheel of Fortune around you here. Okay, you've got the Four of Pentacles. It could be changes in terms of something that you are holding on to, because the Four of Pentacles represents to hold on or possession. So it might be changes in terms of the home as well, or changes in terms of stability going on around you that need more research potentially with this Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is the card about sometimes this is moving a relationship to a next level, but also this person is studying something here, so they're working on a plan. All right, so it might be that there are changes in terms of the home, okay, going on here, and you've got this Three of Pentacles showing up. It might regard something to do with planning stages, something like that. Because when you get the Three of Pentacles, you're planning something, you're building something here. With the Three of Pentacles, there is plans, there are developments afoot with the Three of Pentacles energy. But this would represent the Four of Pentacles, that you've had initial success. But I feel that there are changes in terms of your stability with this Four of Pentacles energy here. All right, as you research possibly some new form of a project concerning this relationship. When I say project, what I mean to say is you're researching something else, new developments in a relationship potentially. It might be that there are changes in your stability as you research how you develop this relationship, or what will develop from this relationship. Let's get this reading again. Mentally and not mentally and emotionally, but in the distant past, I feel that with this Queen of Cups, some of you guys have felt highly intuitive that you need to release yourself from a very confining situation with the Eight of Swords energy. And I feel that you've recognised in the recent past, as a result of that in the distant past, that the investment that you've been putting into this relationship has come to an end. but there might still be the need to protect whatever it is that you've built up within this relationship with the Nine of Wands energy. Could also be that maybe in the recent past that you have been highly intuitive to disconnect emotionally from a situation that has kept you bound with this Eight of Swords. Because it could be also that a child has been depressed here and there is the need maybe to protect that child here with the Nine of Wands energy. In the present situation for some of you guys concerning love, I feel that there has been the need in the present to look at what your value is, how you value yourself, how you value the situation, what you value about the situation. Because you're dealing with a King of Swords, could be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or somebody who's just very emotionally disconnected, who's causing you to feel a sense of isolation within this relationship. However, as a result of that, this union here, this Ten of Pentacles and the High Priest energy, I feel that you guys are very committed to this. I feel that you're very committed to carrying on. You're very loyal to it with this Knight of Pentacles. And it could be because this investment, yeah, it didn't lead anywhere with the Ten of Swords. It's led to ruin. But there has still been the need to hold on for something there with this Nine of Wands, which might be that why you're so committed to making things work. In the immediate future, you've got this Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands represents, I think this is something like a start of an argument. Possibly if this person's Aquarius, they're putting themselves first, or it could be the start of a dispute over the star. Could be somebody else that's factoring into the situation, all right? The overall outcome shows, I feel, that you guys kind of glowing up here. There's taking a far more mature line that you need to release yourself from the devil energy, and the devil is this King of Swords, I feel here, okay, by setting some boundaries here or making a very big decision with the Emperor, okay. And there are children on this card. If there are children involved, it might be that you know, you're very mature now. You're looking at this situation in a very kind of mature and worldly wise sense with that King of Pentacles energy, that you need to release yourself from this very toxic situation here by being the Emperor, by being assertive with the Emperor energy, by taking control of it in whichever way that's going to go for you. So the general energies, I think there are changes in terms of maybe a stable, a home situation here with the Four of Pentacles. There's somebody sitting in front of a house, they're guarding their property, but there are changes in terms of this here. And I feel that these changes in terms of this energy here is to do with you guys maybe doing a little bit of research. Could be on new properties maybe with the Three of Pentacles. It could also be maybe if there's a third person, what you're doing is you're doing a bit of spying in terms of if there's a third person around this situation. But I do feel that what you're doing in the overall outcome is being mature, and that maturity says that with this shadow side, these people avoiding the devil, that you need to release yourself from a fairly toxic situation by making some very astute and assertive decisions with the Emperor, but by also laying some very firm boundaries, especially if there are children involved in the situation, Virgo. Let's have a look at what the advice card is for you. Actually, I just want to get this 3 cards here as clarifiers. Why is the immediate future for Virgo showing the Ace of Wands, Five of Wands, the Star? What is this situation about in 2 to 3 cards? Why is the situation for Virgo showing us the Ace of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Star? What's this situation about? Show me. Well, you've got a devil there, and this is a toxic situation here. This might be some form of abuse going on here, because you've got the Page of Swords, which is truth, but it's also arguments, okay? But the Page of Swords, I notice, is facing. So this is standing up to the devil here, okay? I think the devil is this King of Swords. I feel that there are arguments and disputes happening over the Star. And the Star is either that this is somebody who puts themselves first. They're both Aquarius. If it's an Aquarius person, it might be this person's putting themselves first. They're not really looking at what your needs are. They're only looking at their own. It could also be that there are arguments over a Star, another individual here. But I feel that the situation around this is saying that with this Page of Swords, it's about cutting out. Because you look at the page, and I always look at the direction of the cards. The page has got its sword held firmly up to that devil. So I feel that this is about you guys communicating your truth towards the devil. I think the devil is this King of Swords for some of you guys. I think for some of you, Virgos, there's somebody who's not treating you very well in a situation here. Alright, happening, okay, with these energies. I think there's somebody who's not treating you very well. Okay, and I feel that there's certainly communication here going, because the Page of Wands means an announcement. So it might be that you're communicating the truth to a devil by communicating something here to this individual. All right, I think that you're communicating something. What is oopsie daisy. What is Virgo communicating? What is Virgo communicating in one card? Well, you're communicating that you feel unstable, the Two of Pentacles, because Two of Pentacles represents instability when somebody feels unstable. So I feel that your need here, there is the start of an argument to do with the Star, and I think that this is somebody who possibly puts themselves first. Whether they're Aquarius or not, I feel it's somebody who puts themselves first. Okay? Because we can look at the Ace of Wands as being the start. This is an argument over the Star, another person, or you know, that maybe this person puts themselves first. And I think that you are communicating, that argument is over you guys communicating the truth to this devil here, all right, by announcing that you feel unstable, maybe with that Two of Pentacles energy. I'm going to see why the overall outcome is the King of Pentacles, shadow side, and the Emperor. Why is the overall outcome for Virgo King of Pentacles, shadow side, and the Emperor? Show me. Well, I think that you are withdrawing with this, and this is actually you, Virgo, on the card, so you're the Hermit. Hermit is the major card for Virgo, so I think that you're withdrawing from a fight. I think that you're giving up on something here, because you've got the Five of Wands here, and you can see the Hermit is turning its back to that Five of Wands. So I think that you guys are actually going to be withdrawing from a fight, okay, that you can't win with the Eight of Swords here. I think that you can't win something. You've got the Eight of Swords again, and the Eight of Swords shows somebody who's bound. So they can't win. They could if they wanted to, but I feel that just looking at the general term of the card, this is kind of a can't win card. All right, I think you're withdrawing from an argument that you can't win, or you're withdrawing from arguments that make you feel mentally unstable with the Eight of Swords energy as well. And that's why you're taking a mature line in the overall outcome, that you need to release yourself from a toxic situation, either with the Emperor, and this is somebody who exerts control, so it might be an Aries person or somebody who's very controlling in a relationship, but it might also be that what you're doing, Aries, is you're looking very maturely with this King of Pentacles energy. You are the King of Pentacles here, I feel, Virgo, at a situation that you need to release yourself from by either being very, very assertive with this Emperor energy, or by exerting your own control on this situation by setting boundaries, because you're withdrawing from an argument that you feel is kind of keeping you, tying you up in knots with that Eight of Swords, but also is keeping you bound, but also something that you feel that you can't win here. Let's have a look at what the advice card is for Virgo. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Virgo for the final 2 weeks of September? What is the advice that you have for Virgo? What is the advice that you have for Virgo? What is the advice that you have for Virgo? Show me. Well, it's telling you to give your relationship a chance. That's interesting, because of the children. How interesting is that? If there are children involved, Virgo, for some reason the angels are saying, give your relationship a chance because of the children. Okay, your love life is being affected by children. Okay, work on your partnership, because your love life is being affected by children. All right, or your love life is affecting the children. So if there are children involved here, then it's telling you that you need to give your relationship a chance for the children. Not sure how much I agree with that, but we'll see. Okay, and it's telling you to also to have heart-to-heart conversations with this individual. All right, so give your relationship a chance. Your love life is being affected by children. If you don't have children, it's telling you to give your relationship a chance, because it might be that somebody's being childish here and you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay, that's your reading, guys. Virgo, I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys in October. Take care.